Hi guys, it's Ronnie here. How we looking? Welcome to SYH University. This is my first webinar on branding. I'm excited to have you guys here. Spread the word. If you're on, hop on and spread the word. This is, again, my first one in branding is Branding in Action. SYH University I have launched. My name is Ranjanique Steele, and I am a PR consultant and brand management specialist in New Orleans, Louisiana. My concentration is entertainment, branding, of course, public relations, press placements, and things of that nature. But we're here today to talk about branding, of course. So go ahead. I'll give you guys a minute to jump on. Let me go ahead and spread the word again. And I'll wait a minute for other people to come in. It's just now, I think, 2 or 3 minutes after 7. So we'll see what happens in a minute. If you see me looking from side to side, I have my phone on one side and my notes on the other. So I am talking to you, but I'm here to do this live video, okay? So I'll give it a few more minutes. All right, so we're going to go through it. I'm going to start and tell you a little bit of why I'm in this business. I started brand management and PR years ago when I started working for entertainment and production management company, working with different artists around the city of New Orleans, and it became a thing. I was also branding my friends' businesses, and again, that became a thing. So now this is my full-time job years later. Before, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know that PR, public relations was going to be my concentration. I went to school for massage therapy, but here we are today. Things I've done. I like to talk about naturally things I've done. I don't have a resume written up, and it's kind of hard to follow. I need to work on that. So that's number one. Brand small businesses. I brand a lot of small businesses. I had friends that started their businesses, didn't have a clue of what they were going to do. So I was that one to do that for them. Basic branding on up to publishing and getting the business started. So that was one thing. I do run social media accounts. I have several clients that I run social media accounts for, big businesses, small businesses, different ones. I've done festivals before. I've worked nightclubs before, many nightclubs, work logistics. Pretty much that means counting money and adding a lot of numbers. Hosted different networking events. I've lived in different cities, and I've done those networking events. And let's see, tons of other things, I'm sure. Press placements, some other stuff. Okay, the list goes on. We get the point. But I specialize in, again, public relations, brand management, brand activation. If you need to know anything to start your brand, that is what I specialize in, as well as a few other things, social media management, events facilitation, and so on. But nonetheless, we're here for branding in action, our elements of a brand. So we're going to jump right into that. I'll get started. So what is a brand? What is a brand? Okay, so according to Wikipedia, a brand is a name or definition or term, a design or other features that distinguish other sellers' products from others. Did I say that right? Let's try that one more time. According to Wikipedia's definition of a brand, it is a name, term, or other features that distinguish one seller product from those of others. Got that? Yeah, okay. Why is a brand important? I get that question a lot. Branding is important because it sets the standard and expectations of your company. Hey, Gigi. So again, that is why a brand is important. It sets the standard and expectations of your company or your product. So we'll jump right in and we'll hold questions off till later. We only have a few minutes. I think we only have maybe 15 minutes on here, but I want to take my time and kind of go through all of these things. So it is 10. I made a list of 10 elements. Hi, Joanne. Welcome to SYH University, our first brand management live chat on Facebook. Thank you guys for joining me. I did a quick introduction and how long I've been in the business and things of that nature. So now I've actually just gotten to the point where I'm going to go ahead and talk about the 10 elements that I've listed of your basic branding. So we'll start with number one. Number one is the name. It identifies your company, your product, or your service. That is something that is very important. A lot of people have a name that's made up, something fun, something funny, something pertaining that to their last name that's going to leave their legacy behind. Whatever you choose is up to you, but you want your brand name to be, something catchy that many people don't have or have similar ideas too, because once you Google those and look at those things up online, it's hard to track your company if you have other companies with a similar name. So think about that when you are picking your brand name. It definitely needs to be specific and somewhat relatable to your company. It don't have to be naturally. I'm trying to get this light off of me. Okay, that's a little bit better. It don't have to be related to your company, specifically cupcakes by such and such. It can be a whole nother name, even if it is specific to what you do for a living. If you do hair or things of that nature, don't have to be specific to that. Your brand name can be whatever you want it to be. However, again, it needs to be something catchy and something that nobody else has. So definitely do your research when it comes to those things and make sure that those names are available. Make a list. I always say make a list of about 5 to 10 names that you're willing to name your brand or business after and go from there. All right, that's number one, which is your brand name. Number two is a logo. A logo is a symbol, any thing that creates visual identity to your company, your trademark. It could be many different things, many symbols. You have text logos, you have symbolic logos. You have a few different versions of a logo, but nonetheless, logo is something that's very important to your brand or business. It is the one image that identifies you to, again, your brand or business. That's what we're talking about. So what makes that pop? You have two different kinds of logos. There's graphic logos. Those, a lot of people recognize by sight. Just a note here, any logo you make, no matter what it is, you want it to be recognizable just at first glance. So that is the catch of a logo. You want it to be notable to your company and other people recognize that even at first glance. So again, you have two different types of logos. Graphic logos is how people will recognize your name if there are no words attached to it. That is a graphic logo. It's just a picture. There's no words under it, and it's just a picture that emulates what your brand is. So that is the graphic logo. So trying not to look all crazy on here. How y'all doing today, though? Let me know what's up. If I'm talking too fast, let me know. If I'm going too slow, let me know. If you have questions, please jot them down or list them here below, and I can see them. I do have my phone next to me, and I can see right here on the computer screen. So again, back to logos. We have the graphic ones. That's just a picture, no messages, no text under it. And then we have text logos that don't have a picture attached to it. And even with the text logos, they need to be creative. You can just be words. For example, if it's Steal Your Heart Agency with no picture attached to it, the words need to be recognizable. They need to be something that's going to pop, even at first glance. I need to know if that's your logo without even reading the name. So again, number two is logos. You have graphic logos and text logos. So definitely look up the difference. If you need to know more, please email me at any time, and I'll let email below in a second. Number three for elements of branding is a color scheme. That identifies your brand in many ways. A color scheme is very important. Coca-Cola is red. You know that. McDonald's is yellow and red. Pepsi is blue and, little red and white dots. So there's different color schemes to, of course, every business. SYH, Steal Your Heart Agency, is pink and purple. So again, a color scheme is very important to your business. That's number three. Number four is a tagline. Tagline, a catchphrase, a slogan, and also hashtags. That's also, part of the whole thing. So let's see, a tagline. I made a note of a few taglines or slogans that you guys can relate to possibly and understand what I'm saying. So I'll give you a few examples. State Farm like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. That's a great slogan, a tagline. You know what that is. You know that's coming a mile away from State Farm, even if you only hear that jingle. They did a great job on using that tag, of course. Motel 6, we'll leave the light on for you. We all know that tag or that slogan, so that's a great one as well. DJ Khaled, for all my music lovers, we the best. So that definitely is a tag that sticks. Um, Michael Jackson. Now this is a funny one because the hee, the whole thing, that's a whole tag and slogan that takes on a life of its own. So even with that little, sound or noise, that is a tag. And he tagged many records with that, just that one little, that one little thing. McDonald's, yes, we the best. Um, McDonald's, I'm loving it. Coca-Cola, life tastes good. Steal Your Heart Agency, strategy starts with love. So that is my tagline. There's another thing funny too, again, for the music lovers, or we know I manage artists as well. There's this thing going with Eric Bellinger at Tory Lanez, if you know who that is. Tory Lanez has been saying on some of his songs, this is going to be your favorite song. But that's Eric Bellinger's tag, is actually the name of his company to his name of his record label company as well. So that's been a big thing on another artist using someone else's taglines. You really need to be original. Do your research. Again, that's the biggest thing I can say. Do your research, because you never know who's using what, and you don't want to be the one made a fool out of because you're copying when really you just didn't take the time to do the research. So pay attention to those things. That's been funny to me though, the hashtag find Tory a tag or get Tory a tag or something like that. That's been a funny thing in the music business. But back to business. We're going to get to number 5, which is a mission statement. It's any statement or slogan or any paragraph that describes what's the purpose that pushes your brand. I myself have not formulated a full mission statement. I create other people's a lot, but I don't have one for my own business yet. I just know I like helping people. I think we all know that. So I do have to actually formulate a mission statement. Usually looks like a little small paragraph sometimes, maybe 3 or 4 sentences on just the drive and passion behind your business that states exactly what you're going to do and what you're going to deliver to your public. So that is a mission statement. You guys can look that up or Google it. If you need to know more, definitely reach out to me and I can get that. We can discuss more information on that. I'm going to go ahead and list my email right here below before I go to number 6 through 10. If you guys have any questions, please comment below and I'll be happy to answer them. It's SYH Agency LLC at gmail.com. Please email me with any questions going forward if you need to, if it's something that we're not covered on here, because we only have about 5 more minutes for this broadcast, okay? All right, so I'm going to get to number 6 is social strategy and communication. Okay, what's your voice? Who are you talking to? How are you communicating to your public? And, what's your message? How are you... when you're communicating to your public, what's the structure of that? What is it that you want to communicate to your public when you think about your target market? I'm in branding and public relations. So when I think about my communication, again, I'm here discussing branding. So that's one thing I offer to my clients, a lot of communication on branding and how they can look better and lifestyle changes and advice and things of that nature. So you want to think about those things. What are you going to communicate to the people that's following you? And what are you going to give to those people that's buying or purchasing your brand product from your business? Okay. Number 7, I said color scheme already. So I don't know how they got in here again, but we're going to go to graphics and content and visuals. Okay, so that's kind of 7 and 8. Content, graphics, and visuals. Again, that goes with the color scheme. I think that's why that's there again. Because when you're creating your graphics, you want to kind of use your color scheme. You want to pull those things in. You want to create that overall big picture on. You want to set the tone and the mood for your business. So again, Steal Your Heart Agency is pink and purple. So a lot of things you see for Steal Your Heart Agency, again, right here on the screen, you have the purple tab. A lot of things I do have pink and purple attached to them. If you look on my social media for SYH Agency on Instagram or Facebook, you'll see a lot of pink and purple. So when I create my content and my graphics, you see a lot of that same color in there. And you want to know, you want to have a good idea on what you want your visuals to look like. I like clean lines. Someone else may like graffiti. Someone else may like bubble letters. You want to look at what your visuals look like when you, especially when you're creating graphics and content. There's similar fonts involved. There's similar pictures involved. There's a lot. So again, whenever you need to discuss these things further, I'm here. Please shoot me an email and I can answer any further questions. Moving to number 9 is relationships and customer care. This is a big one. Please pay attention to how you are receiving the people that is paying attention to your brand. You want to keep these people around for a while, so you want to communicate with them. You want to have a relationship with them. You want to talk to them and offer them something that they haven't, had before. You want to, be their friend and listen. So think about how you communicate with your brand and your customers. And number 10 is a website, blog, social media, things of this nature, anything online. Take a look at a few of your favorite websites, see how you want them to look, compare yourself to them a little bit just to get a brand identity and kind of formulate that in your mind. So that is, again, 1 through 10. I'll go over them point by point really quick. I think we only have like maybe another minute or two. Number 1 is name. Number 2 is logo. Number 3 is a color scheme. You have a tagline is number 4. 5 is mission statements. You have 6 as strategy and communication. You have 7 and 8 as, again, that's what color scheme came in again. But content, graphics, and visuals. 9, relationships and customer care. And 10, you have website, social media, and anything online that covers that. Thank you for joining me. I know this was really quick. We only had 20 minutes, which was perfect. If please leave your email below, and I actually will type these things up. They're already typed up, and I can shoot them to you so you have your 10 elements in a nice little point table, and you can use them over and over. Again, I do this full time. If you need help or consultations, if you need consulting for brands or activation, please email me. I will list my phone number below as well. Feel free to reach out to me, and let's see how we can get your brand onto the next level, be it social media, events, whatever it is. Let's talk about it. You get a free 30-minute consultation, and after that, it is monthly retainer or per hour or per event. It just depends. So again, if you have any questions, please email me, and I thank you guys for joining me on the first SYH University Branding and Action Elements of a Brand. We will do this again, but until then, I look forward to seeing you guys, okay? Talk to you soon.